Kia ora warrior kids, it's Papa Tim here, coming to you with another video. This week in Warrior Kids we've been looking at sadness. And at the moment I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sad because someone dear to me has died. And her name was Mrs. Battersby. And Mrs. Battersby, as some of you may know, was someone who was very special in my life. She was my teacher. I think the year, what was she? That would have been year 9, I think it is. Year 9. So Form 1, year 9. Mrs. Battersby was my teacher, and I was scared of Mrs. Battersby before I was in her class because other children, my brother included, called her the Battleship. And I even wrote a book about it. Here's the book here. I wrote this book. And this book is all about Mrs. Battersby. Might be in your school library. Go check it out. Or you can even go buy one copy if you like. But yeah, Mrs. Battersby. There's even a picture of us together in here recently, and I was really scared of her. She had this reputation of being quite gruff, and yeah. So there's the picture there of me and Mrs. Battersby together recently. Yeah, and so I was really scared of this teacher. Then I ended up in her classroom, and she became a very significant person in my life. And you know what, I was lucky because I was a kid at school and I had a battleship on my side, and I needed that battleship. In my life at that time, there was a lot of things going on in my home. There was a lot of anger with my parents, and they were quite abusive. And home was a scary place. Home was a really scary place. But this Mrs. Battersby, oh man, she was there for me. And I'm so glad that she was. And I've talked quite a bit about it. So there's videos of me actually talking. If you look on the website, on the Warrior Kids website, or even the Tipene website, you will see videos where I share a story about Mrs. Battleship. So you can find out more about her. Check out those videos where I'm sharing the story of how I first met Mrs. Battersby and how she became such a special teacher for me. Oh, I love that teacher. She was just so lovely. And she made a big impact on my life. Do you have a special teacher like that? What's your teacher like this year? Is it a nice teacher? Do you have a nice teacher this year? Think of your favorite teachers. If you could think of your favorite teachers, who would they be? And why were they your favorite? What did they do that was so wonderful for you, that made them your special teachers? You know, I think we all have some teachers that are so special for us. And then, of course, sadly, we have other teachers that aren't so special for us. Maybe they're not really interested in us, or I don't know. Some teachers seem pretty grumpy, not happy to be there. But when you get a teacher that really believes in you and takes the time and energy and makes a real effort with you, wow, it can make such a huge difference. And for me in my life, it changed my life. And Mrs. Battersby and I stayed connected. So I would go and have cups of tea with Mrs. Battersby. And when I had book launches for a number of my books, she came. Her and another one, Mrs. Leonard. Mrs. Leonard was also a loving teacher. So this morning I got a message to say that Mrs. Battersby had passed. Very, very sad. Very sad. And I'll be shedding some tears for Mrs. Battersby, and just so lucky. Big thank you, Mrs. Battersby. You changed my life. You're my hero. And I thank you for that. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's really sad when we lose people, isn't it, eh? It's really sad when we lose loved ones. Mrs. Battersby, I think she was 95 or 96. So she had a long life. It's great. It's awesome. And a very big family and lots of grandchildren. And yeah. So, and I'm glad I got to write the book for her, because it acknowledges her and the difference she made in my life. And I'm sure that's reflected in a lot of other people's lives who she taught. Yeah. So yeah, coming to you today with a bit of sadness and sharing that. Yeah, it's never nice, eh, when we lose a loved one, when we lose someone special to us. It's an important time to look after ourselves and to just remember how lovely that person was and the difference they made. So yeah. So I hope you are well. I hope things are going good for you. Love to you and your family. And yeah, we will talk again soon. Ka kite.